Yo, what is going on? This is Make It Make Sense. We back. We doing visuals. We good. We in the cut. What you guys saying? How you doing?
That's a loaded question. I pass. Stacey?
I can't stand you. Because this question is always loaded. Unload it, please. We're waiting.
I just don't like the question, okay? Next question.
It's a difficult question.
Fair enough.
It's a question that's used as a greeting more often
Yeah.
than not.
Yeah.
Like, do you want to pick that up? I doubt. I doubt most people actually care how you are, but I'm asking for niceties. Like, I'll ask how you actually are after the podcast.
I appreciate it.
But
So for now,
okay.
I will pass.
yeah,
That's fair.
cool. Stacey,
That's fair.
passing.
That's fair. No, I'm doing okay. Weirdly enough, I've been thinking about this question so often. Like, not to go on just a little bit of a tangent, but I'm going to go on just a little bit of a tangent.
You
Preach
can
on,
go wherever
sis.
you want to go.
Preach
Thank you.
on, sis.
Thank you. I went to a friend's birthday 2 weeks ago.
Ooh, happy
And-
birthday, friend.
Happy
Thank
birthday,
you.
friend.
Oh, yeah, and it's for you, baby.
That means honey.
She knows no other Nigerians.
The majority of my friends
We're
are
all
Nigerian.
over the place, to be fair.
You guys are everywhere.
It's the Yoruba people that are everywhere.
Ooh, true that.
We can keep going.
Yes. So basically, so it was at her birthday, and then people were like, "How are you doing? How are you doing?" I was like, "No," there was like, "How's life? How are you doing?" I was like, "Life is hard."
Oh gosh.
I'm guessing these people haven't seen you in a while or something.
Yeah, they
This is
haven't
why I
seen
don't
me in a
like
while.
leaving the house, bro. About how you doing? How's life?
Yeah.
Relax, man. I'm just here for cake. Gosh dang it.
No, literally. And then like when I was answering, I was like, "Life is hard," and they all look so shocked. They're like, "Oh,
Mm-hmm.
okay,
Yeah, they probably weren't ready for that.
yeah, at
Yo,
all,
yeah.
no,
Yo.
at all." And like someone was like, "Are you okay? Like, are you good?" I was like, "No, mentally, physically, emotionally, like I'm actually all right. But life itself right now is hard. Everything keeps on happening."
But did you do it the Stacey way where you say it while smiling?
Yeah.
So they get even more confused.
Yeah. That's the Stacey way.
Honestly, but yes, right now, life is currently all right. I'm doing all right.
That's good. That's good. Like that question, I agree with you guys. It's such a complex question. Like, it's such a simple question, but it's a loaded question.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I remember, like the first sermon I ever preached. Yeah, I remember saying, because in churches, especially Nigerian churches, they say that all the time. How are you? Oh, hello. How are you?
How are you?
And they say it while walking away sometimes. Like they're walking in another direction. Oh, Philip, how are you? So, nigga, you don't want to. I was gonna. But yeah, like sometimes people, they just say it while walking away sometimes. And I remember saying on stage, like, don't ask how are you if you don't really care. Like, or if you don't really want to know. Like, if I did say I was bad, what are you willing to do about it? Not what will you do. I can't, like, I can't make decisions on your capacity or how much you're willing to help someone. But like, what are you willing to do if I'm not good? And then you just go from there. And then I stopped doing that. So this was like 2.5 years ago or 3 years ago. I stopped doing that because I'm just like, man, these lot think they're probably doing a nice thing, so I'll just let them have it.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
I hear that.
They just think they are. But I'm guessing for you guys, it's like depending on who's asking the question, you answer differently.
Yeah, 100%. No, 100%.
It's fair.
Like if someone, let's say on email, I'm always good. I've always had a lovely day.
Yeah. Do you feel like you're lying when you do that though? And if you do feel like you're lying, like, are you okay with that?
Yeah,
I feel you.
Yeah.
No, I actually feel you.
yeah,
It's
100%. But
yeah.
how are you doing, Phil?
I'm in a decent headspace. I feel like have you guys ever seen that meme? Yeah, and it's funny that I know it as a meme and not the actual cartoon. It's funny how that works, right?
No.
That's
I actually
crazy.
noticed that with some of my youth. Some of my youth will be saying, "Oh, it's that meme where," and I'm like, "Damn, these kids have never seen the film."
Yeah. That's for so much stuff, guys.
But have you guys seen that meme with like the dog and there's like fire all around him and he's like, "This is nice."
Oh yeah.
I'm operating very well in a very chaotic surrounding. So it sometimes feels like at any moment the rug will be pulled from underneath me and I'll be like, oh, okay, I've fallen now. But for the most part, I feel like I'm operating very, 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 very well, which is interesting. It's probably because I had 2 Red Bulls today. I don't know. Yeah,
Do you feel like
that's up.
even if the rug is pulled from under you, you'd still be
I think it'll be a shock to the system. Like I won't say I'm prone to fainting, but I have fainted before due to like overload of like maybe work or fatigue or something like that. So when it has happened, like it's happened before, so I'm not afraid of it. I know what to do when it happens. But yeah, if it happens, it happens, I guess. I think Darren would be more worried than I would. But then also at the same time, that worries me because it's like, I don't want her to be worried.
Yeah.
So I have to do better, if that makes sense.
Nah, I hear that.
Yeah, we back. One thing we didn't do on the last episode is David, you didn't give us a song, so this is the first time doing a song on the visual.
I have to think of a song.
No, you didn't.
Oh no.
There we go. Let's do this.
Okay, all right. Dang.
Nah,
You got
okay.
this. No, you got this.
So the game is
D'Angelo.
using the words to make it. It has to be a D'Angelo.
No, I'm joking.
You're just raising the stakes, you know, because now I have to do D'Angelo proud, and I haven't like had my green tea today. It's just, it's a thing. It's a thing.
It's a whole thing.
All right. So yeah, the name of the game, using the words make it make sense to the tune of any song you want, and then these lovely people are gonna guess what that song is. So here is the song I'm choosing. As I stall, it will come to me, saying words to find the song that it could be. That song indeed, and it is. Ah, gosh. Okay. I don't even know if I've done this one before, but then again, it's been a while. It's probably not. Oh gosh, okay. Make it make sense.
Afrobeats.
Make it make sense. Make it make sense.
Is it Essence?
It is Essence indeed.
Wow.
You need no other. That's an Afrobeat.
Oh,
just straight up.
What was I right? I was right.
I mean, yeah.
It's Temi,
I guess.
Temi.
Thames.
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 Thames, the legend.
I don't listen to Afrobeat. Darren listens to Afrobeat, so I probably heard it around the house. But,
That's fair. That's good to know.
She's just the one that sounds like she's complaining.
It's being force-fed to you. That's good.
Oh my God.
But it works. The sound works. I listen.
Yeah.
Sometimes I listen. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah.
That works.
It's like listening to Khalid. Like I don't know if you guys listen to Khalid, but sometimes
he's
he sounds,
the location guy, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes he sounds like he's complaining to me, but
Ah,
it works.
okay.
It works.
All right.
Find your
fair.
sound and it just works for you.
No, we love that.
Yeah.
We love it. You
That's
guys got the
authenticity.
song. That's
Yeah.
fantastic. That's
Guys.
all right.
Guys.
Yeah, guys, if you're on this page right now, you've probably seen that we made a film called His Sickle Journey.
We made a film.
We made a film.
That's crazy.
You said that like 4 or 5 different
Yeah,
ways on the
yeah.
vlogs. I loved it.
Thank you, man. You know,
we
you
made a
gotta
film,
brand it.
guys. I just wanted to ask. Obviously, off the back of that project, and you guys can separate this into like when you're working with friends and when you're not working with friends. What do you guys think you are like to work with?
I don't like
Maybe
these.
as an actor, or as Stacey, you were doing art direction for the first time ever. Shed light on that. What do you think you're?
fantastic.
David, you were producing, executive producing. You were everything. You were a runner. You were a
As
sprinter.
As were you,
were a
director,
jumper.
executive producing, jumper, long jump, shot
Yeah,
put.
What do you guys think you are like to work with?
David, take it away.
All right, I will take it away because Stacey has asked me to take it away. Yeah, it's an interesting one. I feel like as an actor, I pride myself in the way I conduct myself on set. I know that actors, you know, a lot falls on us when it's time to shoot, but then a lot doesn't fall on us when they're sorting everything out, right? So you have to know how to be like full focus work mode, and then I'm out the way here, I'm not trying to step on anyone's toes, so you have to know that balance well. And then obviously the bigger you get, you know, then there's like the, you know, ego comes into it. Like, are you someone who has an ego when they come on set, and do you make things more stressful than it needs to be? So yeah, I pride myself on at least knowing those boundaries and knowing how to place myself within it, so I'm not like too in the way, and when it's time to shoot, I'm always ready to go. So I say as an actor, I'm decent, you know, you can work with me, I'm decent, you know what I mean? You know, cause I just love it so much, I'm just ready to do whatever needs to be done.
So you've gotten like feedback and people told you that you're.
Yeah. I have gotten a lot of positive.
What about,
feedback.
so that's on like quote unquote professional sets, but when you're making like a passion project with your friends or
passion
something,
project with friends.
what do you think?
It's
Maybe us or whoever. What do you think we think about?
Yeah.
You?
Okay. So it's a bit different because
Yeah.
I just try to do maybe too much. Maybe I try and do too much. Maybe that doesn't help as much as it should, you know, because when you're like acting and like producing something, like I want to be like, we need this light there, so I'm gonna move my position to go move it, except you need to be in position because the light needs to be on you. So that's not gonna work, is it? You know,
that
so
happened a few times.
yeah. So you asked this question just to
No.
that happened a few times still.
No. It just came to my mind. Like, I literally remember one time the light needed to be moved, and then David moved it, and I looked to the camera, and I'm like, "Where's David?" And I look up, and David's looking at me like, "Is this where you want the light?"
And I'm all sweating and that, like, sweating through the shirt. I need to not be sweated through.
But yeah, go ahead.
But yeah, so it's a bit different, but it's also I feel like I'm also a bit more. I can get more stressed out because I'm trying to do so much. So yeah, I just need to be calm, and it's not necessarily stress that I put on other people. It's just I put on myself. Like I could be very hard on myself, so that makes me a bit.
Do you think other people pick up on that?
Because I'm an overthinker, I'm always thinking people are picking up on it straight away. I'm they know I'm losing it right now, but let me still act like I'm not because I'm such a good actor. But so it's a different one.
That's an interesting one, especially hearing it from actors. It's like you could be acting while acting,
Yeah.
which is a weird sentence. I hope you guys get what I'm saying. But like you're
100%.
acting on set, like everything's fine or something like that. But you're acting while acting. That's interesting.
100%.
Stacey, what do you think people think you're like to work with?
Okay, David, you didn't get to the part that's not the acting. What do you think?
Okay, no, I think it was all encompassing, surely, because I spoke about the lifting the lights.
There's pre-production stuff.
Okay,
maybe
all right, sure.
Contact and stuff.
Sure.
Is that what you're talking about? Stacey?
Yeah, like as a writer, how do you think?
Okay, as a writer, how am I like to work with? I think I'm still figuring that out.
I can verify this firsthand because we've written a bunch of stuff. So
Yeah. To be honest, I don't really know, actually. I actually don't really know.
That's fair.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
I feel like, at least when it comes to working with Phil, like I'm very, like, flexible, I guess. Or at least I try to be, because when you have an idea and you think something should be some way, and then someone says, or it could be this way, I'm like, okay, yeah, maybe it could be. I try to be that as much as possible, but yeah.
That's good.
So Stacey.
Thank you. Yes,
Stacey,
for
now
me.
it's on you.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, as an actor, what am I like to work with? I think from the other side, I am ready to take direction. I am happy to be told what to do. And I think acting is the one place where I don't get angry at authority. Like, I welcome authority. Like, I'm like, if the director tells me to do something, I'm like, cool. If you want me to change it, I'm like, cool. I try to be very pleasant. I try not to carry any energy into the room, even though I do that sometimes. I recognize that there'll be certain
I recognize
that there's certain times where, like, I would have to do like 2 takes before I've shaken everything off. If I haven't prepared before I've entered the room, there'll be like 2 takes where I'll be like, okay, get out of your head, like leave whatever's outside. So I try to intentionally come in with as a clean like slate. I try to come in as a clean slate as much as possible, but I try to be pleasant. Hopefully I come off as at least pleasant and I'm not upsetting anyone on set. That's not my goal, but I don't try to make too much noise. If nothing else, I try to be as upbeat as possible. So if the takes are down, like if we're not doing any takes, like I'll try to keep my energy up to a certain degree.
Do you think that's translating? Do you think people are picking that up, that you're trying all those things? Or
I think it depends. I think a lot of the time people just see me as an upbeat person. People just see me as having a lot of energy.
Unless they ask, how are you?
Yeah. Unless they care. Yes. Yeah. But I've got a lot of like feedback about me being really bubbly and me being really smiley and just me like always being happy. And I'm like, okay, That's what you're getting. Okay, we love it. We love that you're getting that. But also, it depends what project as well. Like, if I was to say working with friends, I think there's definitely. If I was to think about the different projects I've worked with you guys, there's definitely been times where I've been like upbeat, but also there's times where I think I can be very like somber, and I'm just like waiting. I'm just waiting. I don't know if, I'm just waiting. Like, I'll just be on set and I'm like, I'm excited on the inside, but I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to be told what to do. I'm waiting to take direction. And yeah, that's me.
Okay, that's an interesting one.
Yeah.
Feel it.
I think, because obviously I thought about this question for myself first, and it's an interesting one because, like David, I don't know how much I'm overthinking something to the point where it's like, well, I don't think anyone picked that up. But then at the same time, it's like, well, you're trying to, okay, when you're like directing, you're trying to make sure everything is fine so that your vision can come out. But in doing that, you almost maybe sometimes have to subvert the mood. Like, if the mood is low, you want to pick it up sometimes, which means you got to be the bubbly guy even if you don't feel bubbly, right? So I don't know how well I've done that, if that makes sense. I know that I've looked back at, like, for example, we do a lot of comedy, so I know that I've looked back at some of the stuff we've done and been like, this can only come out if the vibe is right. And if it came out and the vibe, that means the vibe was right, which means I must have done something right?
Yeah.
But I don't know how much of that is down to my doing. So it's an interesting one. I think if I was to use one adjective, I'll use the word intense. Because I know there's a lot I want to do. I know there's a lot I'm capable of doing. I know there's a lot I want to come out. But at the same time, I'm thinking, I don't think these guys have seen me be fully me as a filmmaker. Because remember, I was talking to you about it before on our WhatsApp. I was just like, there's filmmaking stuff I really want to do, but I can't do it with like friends because they're not filmmakers, which means they probably won't get it. Like there was one instance. I think Stacey, your call time was later, so you weren't there that day, but you'll see it in the film. I wanted to do a Dutch angle, right? So a Dutch angle is when the camera's basically slightly tilted. I didn't ask anyone's. I don't have to ask permission, but I didn't ask anyone. I didn't verify everyone. I was just like, cool, I want to do a Dutch angle because it just came to me at that moment. I was like, okay, cool. This character's feeling this sort of way. How can the camera tell that story? That's stuff like that. Is stuff that I want to do constantly. I want to be the type of filmmaker where it's like you could freeze frame any point of this film and you can tell something about the character or the story or where it's going. That's the filmmaking I've learned over the past 10 years. But I'm like, in order to get that out, you almost have to be very focused and intense. And I'm like, I don't know if I reached that fully, but I think people pick up that I could be intense. So basically that could be either a good thing or a bad thing. I don't know. It depends on the circumstance. But at the same time, I think I think that's maybe just on certain sets. Maybe with friends, people just think, oh, it feels a bit laid back, or is everything must be fine, right? Because Phil's laughing and joking and we're not panicking right now, so everything must be fine, right? When in reality, in my head, I'm just like, how are we going to do this? I don't know what's next. Like, going out, Phil, remain calm. Phil, smile. So, like in my head, everything's going to like shit's hitting the fan, but then I may remain calm. So it's an interesting one. I don't know fully. I'm still exploring that question like you guys. But I think it's an interesting one to explore because I know that like your perception of yourself, especially on a film set, it can be very beneficial. Like if you think you're a certain way but everyone doesn't think you're a certain way, it's like, well, okay, now that you know that, do you care to change? Like what's changing gonna do? Like, and if it's around friends, it's like, I don't know, one thing I know for sure is that with friends, your friendship has, in my opinion, just my opinion, your friendship has to be more important than the film. Because you can make a film, it can be great, but if you lose friends, not like what was the point? Because you can make a sick film. Yeah, that's amazing. Like, film is one thing. Like, I care a lot about. I care so much about film. That's why I say I'm intense. But yeah, if you lose your friends, like why were you doing this in the first place? You gotta ask yourself that question. So yeah, at certain points, certain decisions have to be made where it's like, is this the film or your friends? And I don't know if like an average listener would quite understand that, And I don't know how to paint that picture. I don't know if anyone can help me here. I don't know how to paint that picture where you almost have to make a choice, but then like sometimes like if someone's not doing their job and it's something that you've been telling them several times, especially like when you're a director, you're giving instructions. Like if you've been having to give someone instructions many times, eventually your tone, unintentionally or intentionally, can end up sounding a bit short.
Yeah.
Like you could be like, yo, like move, like yo,
Yeah.
why isn't that? Can you?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, yeah, you in that instance, do you come across like a dick? And if you do, it's like, yeesh,
Yeah.
don't want to do that.
That's a really, really, really good question, and it's really gonna make me think about all the different aspects of my work and how I do show up and how I'm perceived. Sometimes I genuinely, like, depends who you are to me, of course, because sometimes I just like take what you will out of this interaction. Like, do what you will. I don't care.
Oh man.
Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never trying to be malicious to anyone. So if you don't receive the love I'm trying to give you, that's fine, and I apologize for that. But in terms of like the people I care about, and especially working with friends, oh my god, I've really recognized, like, it's weird going into working with strangers. I'm easily more pleasant, I think I'm, because they don't know me, so it's like I get to be anyone, and I get to fake it to the utmost degree. It's just, they're like, oh yeah, I like you. But with friends, it's like they know me, and there's only so much I can fake it with, because also I give myself leeway to be a bit more comfortable. So I've even recognized sometimes working with friends, like certain things can happen. Like if I'm working with a stranger, I will be very intentional not to carry what's happened previously into the workspace. But if I'm working with friends, I'm intentional, but I'm not as intentional as I'm working with strangers. I've actually deeped, like, I won't carry it, but there's an energy around me. There's more of an energy around me that's more, if it's more organic to how I'm actually feeling than what I'm trying to be perceived as.
That's an interesting one, because I've directed you both like several times now, and there's so many times where I've looked at you guys and thought, I need to ask them what's going on, or how they're doing, because I've noticed something. But I'm like, we're in a working environment, or we may be in the middle of a scene, or we may be running out of time. Like, I can't do it. I actually can't do it right now. So that's another option where you have to choose like your friendship or the film. So, but I can just say for a fact, like, I've noticed it firsthand. So I think, that's interesting. Like, I would love to see what you're like on a set with like strangers.
You see me?
I mean, was that strangers? Like, because the thing is, so okay, we're talking about the water, right?
Yeah.
All right. So they, for the most part, they're strangers to you.
Yeah.
I think you auditioned for the film through me sharing.
Yeah.
Right. So I was your your gateway into that world.
Yeah.
But I'm sure you noticed quickly that this is a bunch of friends anyway.
Yeah.
And if you were friends with me, it could probably be easier for you to be yourself in front of them guys.
I didn't think so.
When I say easy, I don't easier than if you like I wasn't there at all, and no, like they're all strangers.
Yeah,
like that's closer to a friendship thing than if you were on the set with like
complete strangers. Yeah, you did help, definitely. I think that particular set was when I was like,
we taught. What's her name? How to drive?
Candice.
Yeah.
Candice. Like,
it's Candice the Ghanaian pronunciation. Candice.
They're actually disrespectful, guys. Get them. But no, that set was like, I swear, Phil, I was like, I don't know if I felt like you were the only person I knew, so I just felt so comfortable with you that set. I feel like that was a turning point for me mentally in our friendship. That was a point where I was like,
I am so touched.
Hey, man.
No, like, we were in the car for time as well, driving to Timbuktu and back. And I was like,
Camber Sands.
And it was so easy and chill and just normal. And I didn't think it wouldn't be, but then to have it be so easy to just be in silence with someone, I was like, this is a friendship. Yeah. I was like, this is it.
But then, like, on set, what was it like on set? Because obviously I was quite busy. I was behind camera, so you obviously, I couldn't be like next to you the whole time. No. But I'm sure eventually you got comfortable. Like, we were there for over a night, right? So
on set, I think you did make me more comfortable with everyone. I did feel more comfortable because you were there. But they were all literally so amazing. Like, I can't like
big
pick them
up
up
Jude.
enough.
Like,
Jude was an amazing director, man, amazing writer. Like, the whole production team, just one of the best experiences I've had on set to date. Just one of the best experiences, really and truly.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
What about you guys? What's one of
That's
the best
dope.
experiences you guys have had on set?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Ooh. I don't. Okay, so I'm looking. I'm splitting
Pass.
best into two things here. One, I was like, I'm really enjoying myself.
Yeah.
But then if I'm really enjoying myself, the film probably is crap. You know what I mean? Because honestly, for me, I'm not gonna say for everyone else. For me, I don't feel like a film set should be an enjoyable place. I just don't.
Wow.
I'm sorry. So I say the water was quite enjoyable. Joking. I'm joking. I edited the film, so I know the film was really, really good.
Yeah,
but I would say I enjoyed myself because I already knew the whole crew. I love working with them guys, so that was fun as well. But I'll say I enjoyed it. But in terms of best, I'll say there's enjoyment, and then there's like, what did I learn here? Am I picking things up? Am I absorbing the environment? Am I meeting new people? Am I learning stuff? And that'll probably just be like one of the feature films I've been on. There was a shoot with there was a film for SBTV with Kobe Adam, who directed that one. That was a good. I was a second AD on that one.
Nice.
And I just got the opportunity by like him just texting me being like, hey, we need a second AD. I'll be like, yeah.
Sure.
That, and then my uncle's film. I really enjoyed that one because I got a chance to bring you down. That was fun.
That was fun.
But watching someone close to me make a feature film without industry backing was very, very eye-opening for me, and I learned so much. So like just being around my uncle, who I need to see more. I need to speak to him more.
He's a great guy, and he's got a podcast. It's fantastic, so insightful.
I need to go visit him. But being on his film set was dope because he likes horror. So I'm just like watching him do horror is interesting because I'm the opposite. I'm the opposite.
Love and rainbows.
My
Horror.
my uncle Ogo, he loves horror, innit? So, but I say those two were the best. I think actually I say my uncle's film was the pinnacle. That was the top one. But David, what about you?
Dang, man.
Best experience on set.
Best experience on set.
Numero uno.
I actually don't know, guys. Like, it's tough. I feel like when we did Moments, I was just naive and just like still happy in life. So it just felt different.
Ignorance is so blissful.
Honestly, like I was just like, the funny thing about Moments was we did technically have a director. I was directing it without giving myself the title of director.
I remember your
'Cause I
shot
thought
list.
a director.
Do you remember your shot list?
The stick people. The stick people.
The thing is, it was stick people, but it wasn't like in 3D space. It was like it was proper flat. It
Just
looked like
comic. It's like a comic strip. Literally a comic strip. That's how I do them. All right, that's how I do
so
them.
you're gonna stand there. You're gonna stand there. And I'm like, which one is Theo? Which one is Vivian?
Vivian's the one with the hair that's like, you know what I mean? And then Theo was the Dot's hair. That was before he had waves, you see. So, but man. So I have fond memories of doing Moments. It was stressful, and a lot of the time I just didn't know what was going on. But I was like, I'm with my friends making a film. We're doing it. But I feel like for me as an actor, one of the best experience.
Sorry, before you go into that one, what was interesting about that, I was only on a couple sets for Moments. Yeah. Moments is on YouTube now. You can go watch that same channel that you're watching this on. I remember, because obviously I met you guys and I came in here with a bunch of film experience and knowledge. I remember looking at you guys going like, they're having fun.
This is so cute. This is cute.
Not even cute. I'm just like, let me not tell them. When things are going wrong, I was just like, but he's enjoying himself.
You know, don't want to kick a dog when it's, peeing on the tree or whatever. But
That was so why?
It's a saying.
Okay.
But what was I even gonna say? Gosh, I will say for Moments though, the ones set that I really didn't enjoy and even hated was when I was acting as well, because that was just stressful. I mean, my goodness, I was like, just my mind was everywhere, and But anyways, skip that one. Forget that one. As an actor, when I did with MFT Media, Anybody Gets It, That was
I
just.
still haven't seen that.
That-
She ain't put it online.
Yeah, still not yet. But shout out MFT Media, shout out Sonia, she's amazing. Shout out Amber, she's amazing. They're just great. Just free black women just killing it. They're so creative. They just make you feel so. You know when as an actor they just make you feel so like I belong here.
That's
it's
beautiful.
beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
They did that for the cast, and the cast was sensational as well. I mean, my brother Emmanuel, the sensational J Dash, and yeah, we have fun on that set.
Wait, is that where you did the sex scene?
No. But that was fun. That was fun too. I almost forgot that.
Wow.
The thing is, I just love being on set so much. It's hard for me to say my favorite
It's
time because
blissful, man.
even when I'm stressed, I'm like, I'm doing what I was born to do, which is
Yeah.
probably something I should talk to a therapist about.
I
But
don't
hey,
think so, like,
yeah,
how often do people get to do what they really want to do? And when you get those opportunities, why, like, I feel like it should be
yeah.
what it is. I think, okay, maybe talk to a person about, like, other
When-
moments
yeah,
shouldn't
yeah,
be, like,
because you
terrible,
when it's not,
'cause-
yeah.
yeah,
Let's talk about that. Shut up, Phil.
No, but if, like, that's your like, my happiest moments are being on film sets, and that's something
Yeah.
I can't front about, because you feel, you
Yeah,
feel people
no,
on.
facts,
It's fantastic.
facts. Either film sets, stage, or with a bottle of wine with a. I don't drink.
All
I
of
was
it.
gonna say with
All
my
of it,
family
all of
playing
it,
Smash
yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Those are my happy moments.
Oh, that's
Or like a
beautiful,
gospel
man.
concert. I love a gospel concert.
Really? I'm not
I'm
a
going on
concert
a
person.
tangent. I see that in you.
I'm not a concert person. I don't like being in
Around
crowds.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
You don't.
why am I
yeah,
here?
You are.
I have AirPods. I could do this at home.
Literally.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
in your car.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's where the concert is. In Stacey's car, we get it popping. In her car.
Literally.
Yeah, man.
I can imagine Stacey chilling at home and just going into a car to listen to music.
Yeah, no. Literally, I have concerts in my room. I literally made a decision this week. Actually, I was like, I love being so open and free and listening to music so much that once a week at least, I'm going to close my door, lock it, and put my speakers on
That's beautiful.
and listen and sing karaoke.
Self-care.
You
Do what you
don't
love.
have headphones or anything.
It's not the same with headphones because then someone else can hear my voice.
Oh, okay,
Oh.
fair enough.
That's not
Okay.
always a pleasant
Yeah,
experience,
that's it.
you know.
That's
Drown it out. I'm trying to drown it out.
Yeah.
But no, literally, I was like, nah, I have to do it because music does something different to me,
Therapeutic,
guys.
man. Therapeutic.
Music
And it
does.
should. You're a creative, and like music is fuel.
It
I
is, isn't it?
I find it as fuel.
As in. No, but guys, as a creative, can we actually just talk about how ghetto? Like I've been feeling lately.
The guitar.
Ghetto.
It's just lately, like the title creative. I'm starting to feel like a fraud.
Oh.
I'm starting to feel like a fraud.
Oh, we're going there.
We're going there.
We're going there.
We're going there.
A little bit of imposter syndrome.
Yeah, I just, gosh, I feel like I'm not doing what I say that I am and I'm supposed to be doing.
Ooh.
As a creative, what am I creating?
It's a tough one. It's a tough one. What was the last thing you created?
His sickle journey.
That was recent, bro.
I
But
was
that was
like-
really for
Nah.
We're still
No,
editing.
but then,
Last
but then,
week.
We're still
like-
editing.
Last week.
We're literally editing that
What
tomorrow.
is-
No, but I tagged along. I tagged along you guys. Like
Tagged along.
I wasn't like it didn't come from me being like, yeah, I'm a creative. I saw it as an opportunity. I was like, yeah, I get to be a creative, but it didn't feel organic as in like
Okay, yeah.
like
It feels like you piggybacked on what we created as opposed to you
Yeah.
creating your own thing. So there's a different type of satisfaction there.
yeah. And
Okay.
even, do you know, even sometimes when someone asks you to do something and
Mhm.
like you're in a different headspace because it's like, I get to do what I love. Like I was like, I get to do what I love, but it didn't land.
Okay.
It didn't land.
Okay.
Like, yeah, I felt like an imposter even acting in it.
Oh wow.
Honestly speaking,
Oh.
I felt
No, but that's interesting because I remember you saying to me like you wanted to. I think when we did the test shoot, after we did the test shoot, you were like you wanted to see what type of choices you were making. So it did. I never got the. I always got the impression throughout the whole production that you felt like you were bringing something to this. Was that the case? Or
Yeah, because I felt like I had to be very intentional about what I was bringing because I just felt so fake.
Was it
Oh.
you felt like you had to work harder to get there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like as an actor on set with Historical Journey, I've been really disappointed in myself lately as an actor.
Gasp.
But that's on me, and I know why. I genuinely don't think I'm doing the things that it looks like I'm supposed to be doing in my head. You know when you watch something, you
Like when they think they're dancing really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, honestly.
They think they're a step up and they're just not.
Literally, that's literally how I feel as an actor. I'll be like, "Oh, you killed it, Stacey," and I watch.
You haven't watched the whole thing back.
I know, but even like in other stuff I've done in the past,
Okay.
like whilst I'm acting, I'm like in the moment, and I watch her back and I'm like,
That's interesting.
that was it.
So basically, what Stacey's telling us that we need to write roles where she's the lead.
That makes sense. That does add up. And I feel like we've been doing that anyway.
Yeah, you guys have been doing.
We've been doing that anyway.
Yeah,
It's coming.
No.
yeah.
No. Not even, guys. Not even. Like, I just feel like, yeah, I'm feeling very fake as a creative lately. Yeah, I feel like I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing as a creative. So, as a creative for you guys, what does living in that purpose look like for you?
I'm feel.
Huh?
I'm very feel. Creative.
I feel like you're saying fuel, feel, and full at the same time.
I'm feel. No, I honestly feel the same way. I recently changed my Twitter bio from actor, writer, rapper to, I think, actor, artist or something like that. Yeah.
Where did that come
I
from?
took out the rapper and I was like, but I'm not a rapper. And it was a like.
This is the type of song that you can turn up on a Sunday.
On a Sunday. I did it with like damn near tears in my eyes, guys. It was a tough moment for me, but I think, obviously now I'm like still trying to be hopeful and optimistic. Like, okay, I'm still a rapper, like I'm still dated GDR, whatever. But I feel like whatever. But I feel like artist kind of captures it a bit better because rapper is just too. Like, I know rappers. Like, Swayze is a rapper. That's my bro. He's a rapper. And I can't call myself a rapper the way Swayze calls himself a rapper. And I just felt... I just felt like I was lying to myself.
I feel you. I think I've done that before as well.
Yeah.
I think when I was on Twitter, I changed it several times. I think I'm in the same headspace as you guys in the sense where, if I'm not making films, I don't want to call myself a filmmaker.
Damn.
Like, what did you... Like, it's like when someone calls himself a perfectionist, well, it's like, what did you perfect? Like,
Damn.
Yeah, a filmmaker. What? Let me see your films.
What had happened was
So
I said I'm a filmmaking, so I'm making a film.
No, real talk. Yes. Okay. Cool. So, as you work in, so in my day job, as you work with people long enough, they begin to learn about your outside life. So people begin to learn I'm a filmmaker. One time, a colleague was like, "Well, he's Scottish. I can't do a Scottish accent. You can probably do Scottish." He's like, let's. He's like, "Can I see some of your films?" And I was like,
gasp.
What have I been doing over the past 5 years? The fact that I can't go, here.
Oh, damn.
I waited until the HSJ trailer came out and I showed him that.
Yeah.
And it's like, but I know I've worked.
I'm sure I have talent.
Where's my talent? Where's my talent is taking me? I think my problem is too much talent.
No, that's it. That's what it is.
Hello.
My dad.
No, exactly.
But yeah, I was like, I don't know. I can't just show. It's like I didn't have a film to show him. It was a weird one. So I didn't in those moments I didn't really feel like a filmmaker but it's like, well, I think filmmakers it's all encompassing. I feel like if you act, there's an element in which you're a filmmaker. If you direct, I personally feel like everyone on set is a filmmaker. Anyone in the film is a filmmaker.
That's so beautiful.
But it's like with you can't, everything's not tangible, right? So I can't, if someone goes, "Oh, can I see some of your films?" I can't necessarily show him a script. Got a script for days. Can't show him a script. So I wait to show him something tangible. But it's like, I feel like I should have done more films. But then I also remember some of the journey to making films, and sometimes like I'm almost there and it doesn't happen. Like we experienced that with like Safari Zone. Like you get, and I don't know if you know this, Stacey, David, you know a bit, but that's happened to me so many times when I get close and something happens. I don't know what it is. Something happens
like
that
a
stops me from
global
making
pandemic. So inconvenient.
Oh, it's just happening to me. Like,
Oh, dang it! Like,
but
why
no,
me?
But I feel like that's been
yeah.
happening for like years.
Oh my God.
It's been happening for years. Like I think that most of the only tangible things I have nowadays comes from working with David. So basically, with those things, those are my original vision. Is vision that I've shared with someone. The last thing that came organically from me, like from start to finish, I birthed this, was Don't Look Back. And then even that, I look back at that, I'm like, damn, Phil,
Don't look back. It's in the title, Phil.
Yeah, don't look back at that, Phil. Yeah. That was the second time I worked with David because bucket list.
Was another
Which
thing.
never. So it's been happening since I was like, let's say, what, 16, 17?
Bro, probably even before.
I don't know what it is.
Gosh.
But eventually I got to a point where I'm just going to find peace with this and work on the projects that I can. And which basically, that's what happened. And that's how you get like my small inclusion in moments, MIT. And then you get like HSJ and you get other stuff like the water and stuff like that. But I would still consider myself a filmmaker. It's just that all of it isn't tangible as far as my vision goes. So I think what I'm trying to say is that I've found a way to navigate around the question or around the premise and be like, in this way, I can find peace and say that I'm a filmmaker. It just may not be as tangible when it comes to showing off your work. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I think I took a different approach to the way you guys saw it.
Nah, that's I hear all of this and I'm like, there's no way we've been going through this for years. There's no way we've been having these same emotions and same feelings and going through the same emotions. But the thing that I like about what you both said as well, and Phil, I'm going to start with you because that's what I heard last, is that I literally hear the progress in your story. Like I hear the clear growth in your story, and I love what you said about making peace with it, because you have to, like, you actually have to, because there's nothing it's out of your hands.
Yep.
And when things are out, like, I'm not gonna go mad for this. I'm actually not gonna come and kill myself. No, it's okay. And you do what you can, and you've done a lot with what you can as well. And you've grown what you can.
Yeah.
And it's continuous. It's like it's continuously growing, because not only do I see the work growing, but I also see your knowledge growing. And I think it's really beautiful because I see you also sharing that knowledge with others around you. And that's amazing.
And then they get an opportunity to go and make a film, and I'll be like, alright, cool. I guess that's my grandbaby. I don't know. Who knows? Because real talk, like for example, something like Safari Zone, So just anyone listening who doesn't know what that is, like basically it's a pilot that David and I created, and we're gonna basically make a pilot so that we can like shop it around and use it as a what's calling card. But when I tell you, like, what the way, like, we were so close. The money was there. The crew was growing. We had the location. We viewed it like once. Well, I viewed it like twice. But we viewed it as a group like once. And then suddenly the owner of the location just didn't reply to messages. We went over there. She weren't there. People were saying that they haven't heard from her. So I hope she's okay. But again, that's something that's just out of your hands. And I remember going home that day, because Stacey drove us there. Us three, we went there. I remember going home that day thinking, blood, how? Why does it, like, it's 10 years since like Bucket List that didn't finish. I'm thinking, how is this still happening? I'm like, what am I gonna do? Like, I was just like, alright, cool.
No, I felt that. I really felt that.
Filmmaking can't be my, like, it can't be my be all and end all when it comes to my happiness, my joy, my fulfillment. It just can't. Filmmaking is something I really want to do. Like, it's one thing in this material life that I think, not one thing, it's one of the most important things in material life. I think that's something I would do if I'm not getting paid. But it can't be my source of joy, happiness, and everything, because so much is out of my hands. And if I keep putting my hands into something that's not, so if I keep putting my joy and happiness into something that's out of my hands, it's like, well, am I ever gonna feel like I'm in control of this? And it's like, probably not.
100%. I really 100% agree with that, because one thing you just said there as well is like, if you weren't getting paid, you would do filmmaking. But also, I actually want to get paid.
And paid so bad. We deserve to get paid because bills
are
reals.
Yeah, bills are reals.
How do you monetize creativity?
Fantastic segue. That was amazing. Just want
That was fantastic. Yeah, I'm speechless.
Stacey, your trainers today are fantastic.
Stacey, your kneecap is close to mine, and I feel like it's radiating joy. How is that possible? How do you do it?
I don't know.
What, osmosis?
Just, it's gotta be, or what's it, diffusion, all of that there.
You guys don't know.
It's working.
No, you guys are jarring.
I
But
need
no.
your kneecap around me always. That was weird.
Yeah.
We lost it.
Yeah.
We had it, but we lost,
We lost it. Okay,
Yeah.
so how do we, what was it, monetize? Or
Yeah, how do you monetize creativity?
just be like, nigga, pay me. I'm joking. Money's such an interesting one because something I learned, I think it was this year. No, not this year. But I say that bare time, something I learned. But something I learned was the way you handle money now, in terms of the conversation of money, says a lot about how money was handled around you when you were younger.
Talk
And I
about
deeps that raw, like money was a conversation I rarely ever had with my parents. So the idea of asking people for money for work I've done for them is hard because one, I just want to bless people, but then two, it's like I don't want to be the guy. Like negotiating pay, all that stuff is different. I'm still struggling. I'm still learning my way around that. But fortunately, I'm by God's grace, I'm surrounding myself around people who know that stuff better than I do, which means I can go and ask someone like, hey, this person wants to pay me. Let's say this person wants me to do X, Y, Z. How much do you think I should charge? I can easily just go and do that and then get a decent answer, which is a godsend. So if anyone doesn't have that in their life, I would encourage you to surround yourself with people who are better than you at this thing. But yeah, I think money and art is such a difficult one because I genuinely see myself as if you want to call it a purist artist.
Purist.
One of them guys. Like,
You wear
I'm a
sandals.
purist. Yeah, like I chill out in Shoreditch and stuff.
Now, can you to explain further what purist artist means?
Sandals.
To me, it's someone who never cuts their hair.
Right.
No, I think it's just someone who for lack of a better word, like lives for the art. Like the art is the most important thing. Everything around it is whatever. But then you deep that filmmaking is very expensive. So it's like, yeah, you kind of got to figure that out. Like, but yeah, I consider myself a purist in a sense where it's like, yeah, the art is extremely important to me. I scrutinize my work a lot. I scrutinize other people's work. I'm looking at it for art. Ultimately, I will respect anyone who's able to put out a project because you guys have heard my woes in it. Like, it's tough in these streets. But I always scrutinize it for the art itself, not to like down people, but for the art. So I think that's the way I've gathered the definition of like purist in the sense of art, if that makes sense.
That's
But,
good. Thank you, David.
That was intense. So intense. I forget the question.
How do you monetize creativity?
How do you monetize? Oh, I don't know. My agent deals with that.
Still figuring it out.
I'm still, it's crazy tough because I'm, you know, I don't have sandals, but I also do believe in the
You
art.
mean those on sandals?
These are sliders, man. But no, I'm like, I'm an entertainer. I feel like that's, you know, something I've affirmed to myself again recently.
That should be your Twitter bio.
Yeah.
I entertain.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I think it will be. But yeah, I just love to entertain, and I know I can do it for free. I do it for free right now because I'm not getting paid a lot of the time, you know. So yeah, and I just don't. But I consider money now because I've seen the money. So I'm part of a cooperative agency where the actors are like each other's agents. So some days I'm agents for a bunch of other actors and even myself. And I see the money that could be coming in. And I'm like, if we had that, we could make Bucket List and Safari Zone.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
You can't unsee it. You can't. So I try. Like I know the money's there. You know how to get that. It's a question for my agent. You know, I don't know.
That's why you have these agents, to be fair.
Okay, so guys, have you walked away from a project that brings nothing but experience?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know,
and see-
expenses only and good for the show reel. Have you seen my show reel? My show reel is good, baby. It's fine.
No, but to be fair, I did a lot of those type of projects before.
Yeah, you have to.
Before, okay, I don't know if this sounds arrogant, but before like being a videographer and having clients and all that stuff. So not filmmaking, but videography, because they're very different. Before that was all fashionable. You know, like how there's bare videographers online nowadays, and everyone's got a friend that has a camera. Like before that was all fashionable. I did a lot of that type of stuff because the people who came before me knew how beneficial it was, and they told me how beneficial it was, and it actually ended up being very beneficial. Some of the pivotal moments in my like filmmaking career and my creative career came from doing free work. So I have done a lot, but then also sometimes it's like, well, I've turned down stuff because I needed money. You ain't paying me money. Pay me an experience, which I don't really need at this point.
And more time. I feel like sometimes I'm losing money by doing this.
Yeah, no facts.
I feel like in London
and I'm
you lose
losing
money when you
experience.
wake up.
This ain't how it's really gonna be. This is negative to the experience I want.
As in, like, I know that me and David, we've spoken about extra work.
Oh gosh.
And no thank you.
Yeah.
There's no experience that I need from being an extra.
Yeah.
And that's not even like a pride thing. It's just simply like a humanity thing.
It's a humanitarian issue.
What about if you didn't see it as experience, you saw it as an opportunity for you to meet someone who can benefit you?
So rare.
Yeah.
As an
no,
extra.
for real. But like it's kind of one of them ones where it's like if you don't buy a ticket, you can't win the lottery.
Yeah.
So it's like if you don't go,
100.
you're not gonna meet the
But you know,
person.
it's-
If you go, you
I
still
would-
might not.
I would rather, and I've said this and I hold to this, I'd rather be a runner than an extra.
Same.
You do more as a runner than being an
fantastic.
extra.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Same.
That's fantastic.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
Wait, so when I brought you on my uncle's film set, you didn't want to be there? Like,
No.
'cause he was an extra.
The thing is,
I thought I was doing a
don't
good
don't
thing.
put me on camera saying this, but
I was doing a
actually,
good thing.
the funny thing about that is I actually got a role in the film like after I was an extra in the film.
Oh.
So that
Oh,
was,
yo.
yeah. So that was funny. You know,
about
I
it.
was like a
Yeah.
demon or whatnot. It was crazy. My skin was scaly, looking like I haven't used deeper base in 10 years. But hey, anyways.
Because my uncle does horror, so he's not like he's an actual demon.
Yeah. No, in Jesus' name. I know I'm Yoruba, but still. Yoruba joke. Can't.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I appreciate the opportunity and, you know, appreciate Phil's initiative to get me there, you know, because he worked to get me there as an extra on that day. But yeah, honestly, I'm happy running around and like learning, what's that piece of equipment?
100%.
How do you set that up?
100%.
And, you know, why are we setting up this kind of shot right now? It really does help.
So you guys have never like looked at or watched the show and seen an extra and you're like, oh, I know that person.
Yeah.
You never thought, oh, that could have been me with another TV credit or a film credit or something.
No.
Never?
I've seen them and I'm like, good for you for getting that and then coming up. But no.
It's not worth the credit?
No.
I'd say it depends on like the site, like something like Family Lamb. I'd love to be an extra on because that's just comedy. You know, like I was an extra on Smokey Barbers with Jazzy Zonzler and whatnot, and that was like I love that experience because it was a lot more intimate. The camera's only for longer, and you actually like have to do some sort of acting that's meaningful to the project. You know, so I really enjoyed it, and it's comedy. It's like I'm watching people be funny live and direct. This is great. But something like a big TV project or a big feature film,
You don't want to be a guy who buys coffee.
fam, like
I
it's
better
just
buy that coffee like I've never bought coffee in my life.
the thing is, if you do that, the director's gonna shout at you like, just buy the coffee. If you don't just
But
buy
what
this
is my
coffee.
motivation?
Like, why coffee and not tea right now? Who am I?
It's not my
What
order.
does it say?
Sorry, I use my left hand in the other angle. I gotta
Continuity.
use my
Why
right.
is it continuity on
I gotta
me?
use my right hand.
And my makeup is different to the other shot,
so-
and the lighting has changed.
Yeah. Should I use my shoulder? Do you want me to put my shoulder in there?
Oh, Idris is here, right? Idris.
What would you do? In this, I don't want to steal the scene or anything.
Yeah, like I don't want to take your line, Idris, but like I really feel like we could bounce off each other right now.
Wait, so you guys want to be like an extra in like a Marvel movie?
Nah.
I feel like that would be one of the worst experiences.
Oh,
Like
Because they would treat you like they just don't care about
they're
you.
just in a Marvel movie.
so you
You're
guys would
not
rather do
important.
nothing than
I would
rather
rather
be a runner.
research. I would rather be at home learning
Yeah.
than
Facts.
being in, because like I've done extra work once, twice, I think 3 times. One was for a commercial, one was for a music video. Can't remember the third one, but
Music videos are the worst.
oh my god, guys, I did a music video where I was lied
Music
to. No,
Stacey,
Stacey, do you want to share this video?
it's a traumatic
no,
story.
I'm gonna show.
Okay.
No, because you know the thing is, I was lied to. I was lied to. Because first of all, I've always wanted to be in a music video. I've always wanted to be a
You got the
leading lady.
features for it.
I just, thank you.
It works.
I mean, thank you. I just wanted to always be in a music video, and I used to tell people like, I want to be in that slow mo. Like, it gotta be a love song. Gotta be like something, a little romantic. And then my friend was like, oh my god, she's got a friend that's doing a music video. He needs like a lead, and it's gonna be a great experience. Like Stacey, and it's paid. All of this. I spoke to the guy. The guy's like, no, you got look, you got this, you got that. This is what we're gonna have you doing. This is the shot list. This is. Okay, so they tell me 3 outfits to bring. This is hella up and coming. I'm gonna say the music video, the money.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah. It was so he gave me like. He had someone doing a stylist, that's what it's called. So he had a stylist, and the stylist gave 3 different outfit choices. I brought all 3 outfit choices, and then I go on set, and they're like, okay, so where do I get changed? They're like, in your car. I said, cool, I can make it work. It's outside. It's next. We're shooting in front of a garage. I was like, where's the set? They were like, this is it. I said, okay, like I like it. No, I like it. So I said, okay, so would I get changed? Toilets? No. They said, in your car. Okay, we can make it work. I was still like, I'm still going to do this.
Well, if you got on the bus.
Oh my god, that's such a good question. Oh my god.
Oh, no.
Oh my days.
I never even thought about that.
Oh,
That hurts.
I'm glad you didn't have to.
Yeah.
Oh, so here's me getting changed in my car. Then I come out and they're like, you look great. I'm like, okay, so where do I start shooting? Now, as soon as I come out of my car and I'm speaking to the guy that is like the lead and the artist, I see some girls in front of the camera dancing. And I'm like, I know that's not me. I know you lying. I know I didn't come to do a video vixen. I know you lying. Next thing I know, they're like, you're after her. Now, why are all the
I
girls...
said, who's next?
Go. So tell me, all of these girls are in jeans. Well, it's 2 other girls. 2 other girls in jeans. And like in a cute crop top. Why did this boy... He told me, so I got changed. I'm really sorry if you're listening to this as well, by the way.
Fair enough.
Like, you are such a sweetheart, but the experience when I got there was just like, okay.
Never again.
Yeah.
Thank you, though, love. So when I got there was like change into shorts and a cardigan and trainers, but they're in jeans. So I'm like, okay, so if I'm in shorts, there's no way I'm doing the same thing they're doing. Like, we have different outfits. There's been different, like, we're doing different things. No, he said, no, you're not. You're doing exactly what they're doing, but you're cold. And then I got in front, so I was like, okay, I'm here now. I'm not going to say no and disrupt everyone's, like, mood or the set. So I said, cool. I stood in front of the camera. There was, like, pose.
Not pose.
Fam, there was, like, pose. I said, what? There was like, just, pose. What? I was literally like, no, but I act. And they're like, no, so act like you're taking a picture. And I was like, okay. And then they're like, do you want me to put some music on to like help you? I was like, okay, yeah, please, if you could. They start putting, they're like, what's, first they could start playing this like artsy music. I'm like, oh God.
Use the space.
Not artsy music.
And then they're like, what song? I was like, Cardi B. And then there was like, okay, I played some Cardi B.
They
and then
played. Sorry, just because this is a music video. Why is Cardi B isn't here?
What?
Where's Cardi?
What about the person?
What about the guy's music?
we weren't ready for that.
Okay,
Oh.
They're not
this
ready
was
for
the
that
warm ups
yet. Yeah.
because
So you guys could have been potentially dancing out of beat.
I don't know. Potentially, I don't think they cared.
Oh no.
Fair.
I don't know the aim of the game, but I know
It wasn't in the shot list.
it just.
No.
When I tell you, everything they told me I was going to be doing
Oh,
wasn't
no.
what I did.
Yeah.
And then after telling me to pose in front of the camera, whilst everyone else that was on set was there watching, I was like, okay, cool. What's next? And then they're like, now there's a car. The girls have to dance around the car. What?
Oh my gosh.
You just have to dance around the car.
Okay.
Literally.
Alright.
When I tell you, I was just like, okay, I've left my house yet. Okay. I just did it. And when it was time to go home, I was like, thank you so much. I'm gonna just, I'm gonna go. I spoke to the guy afterwards and he was like, yeah, because he was explaining stuff. He was like, yeah, it is low budget and like, we don't have all that. And I was like, that's okay. But he said, no, I'm still like, let me know your bank details. Let me know your bank details. I was like, don't pay me. I was like, I don't want it. Don't worry. I was like, no, thank you. I appreciate it. And it's okay. Don't worry about it. Like, it was fun. I met, do you know what? I met amazing people. And that's what I love about leaving your house. You actually meet some great people. And I left some great people. But the experience, I was like, nah, you're good. You're good. And to this day, it hasn't come out. And I'm leaving it.
You must have done something right.
He said the hard drive was corrupted.
Yeah.
That footage no longer exists.
Fam,
Oh my days.
I literally imagine him watching me doing it. He's like, Like, I just imagine him like,
He said,
like,
not this. Not this.
The story is so cringy, man. It's like
Bro.
secondhand cringe. I'm not even there, and I'm just like,
It's peak.
I said it's not that deep to do music videos, Stacey. I'm never doing a music video again. I just don't want it. No, thank you. And literally, that was one time, like, I was like, I don't want money for this. And that was like, it was a really pivotal time in my life. Because I was like,
Yeesh.
I really was like, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it on the pod. I'll say it after, guys.
That's okay.
But I was like, I don't want the money for this. It's okay.
Yeah,
I feel you.
that's beautiful.
I feel you. Sometimes
It takes a
it's
lot
just
to
not
do that.
worth it.
It's not worth it. I couldn't. It was like, no, that's not me. Because that wasn't me that did it.
Yeah,
that wasn't
yeah.
Stacey.
That's nothing to do with me.
You're giving the money
You
to the
don't
wrong
need my
person.
bank details because I wasn't here. I was never here.
I'm not taking ownership. No, thank you. No, thank you.
There's a track record, and you can trace it back to me if I get paid. So I'm just like, nah, I wasn't involved in this, but
Lord.
that's wild.
100%.
That is
100%.
wild.
But even when he was even offering to pay me, I'm like, in terms of hourly, what do you offer to pay someone hourly as a creative? Or is that
Yeah.
something you do?
Oh gosh.
Nah. Okay. If I'm editing, yes,
Oh.
because editing is a lot. It's different. It's a lot more on your time type thing. So I'm just like, cool. If I'm dedicating hours to this, then boom. But anything else, be it camera work, directing, or being part of a crew, I just flat rate. It's just simpler. Especially when a lot of my freelance work comes from people I already know and relationships I've already developed. So we all just work on flat rates because we're just used to it. But editing, yeah, it's like, alright, if I'm dedicating hours to this, because deep it, like I'm editing at home, and I could be chilling with my wife and watching Squid Game or something, which I haven't watched because I've just been busy, right? And like after this, I'm going home to edit. So I'm just like, alright, cool. If I'm dedicating hours to this, I'm going, alright, cool. If I'm gonna work 8 hours or something like that straight, it's like, alright, boom, this is how much it's gonna be. But anything else is just flat rate.
No, I hear that. I hear that.
What about you guys?
Yeah, so for actors, we have equity rates for when you're doing proper work. So that's what usually will go from, obviously the agents and the production companies sorting that out. So I really stress about like acting payment often, because if it's not equity, I don't care. I'm probably doing it for free. If I get money, that'll be great. But if I don't, hey, we had fun. As a presenter, I do use an hourly rate that's just completely arbitrary. I don't even know if it's correct to do it. I just pulled it from the air and it's worked. And we keep it going. You just keep it going. And then, yeah, as an editor, the thing is, I really lack confidence with my editing. So I'm like,
you just started this like, yeah.
it's just, yeah. So I'm just like, just pay me this, but also if you never see the thing I'm supposed to edit, forget we ever had this conversation.
Well,
Yeah, I don't do hourly because I know it'll take me like 15 hours to do a 4-hour job. So,
yeah.
so I'm just like, yeah, it is what it is.
No, I hear that.
How about you?
No, with me, yeah. If I see the number and I like it,
The number speaks to me. Yeah.
Or I'll try. I've never actually negotiated my creative work. Oh, actually, as I started doing life coaching.
So you didn't negotiate the music video?
No, because the shot list, it was in the shot list.
Bruh.
Oh
my days.
Just walked away.
What an experience that must have been.
Oh, man.
I literally spoke about it for like 2 weeks afterwards, and I was angry at my friend that offered my name up to the guy.
Of course, yeah.
I was livid at her.
Fired as your agent.
I said, never speak of me to anyone you know.
Oh, man.
No, for real. But no, a lot of the times, like lately with my coaching work, I've got a coach and mentor,
Nice.
and he's speaking to me. He's like, Stacey, you need to, put a price on what you do. And I'm like, okay, I can do this. And then he's like, okay, work from the end. So basically, how much do you need to be able to survive? How much money do you need to, and then break it down in terms of all the other things you do and how much you make from all the other things you do, and what's the lowest you're willing to make from this particular avenue. And then, so I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay, cool. The lowest to somebody is very high. And I have this guilt inside of me whenever I charge people. Because it's like, I'm saying I want to help you, but I said pay me to help you.
Yeah. Oh, man, that's interesting.
The thing is, that is me most of the time. But I'm thinking about, there was this one client, that I knew she had money. I knew, because the thing is, I was around the people.
Okay.
Like, I'm talking. Okay, I don't know how to explain this. You know, like Kanu, the footballer, from Arsenal.
Yeah.
Nigerian.
Googling him.
Yeah.
Fair, that makes
One
sense.
called Kanu. Like Kanu.
Scored goals against Chelsea that one time. It was really cool.
The one time. Like Kanu's wife be going to the events that she puts on.
Damn.
And sometimes I'd be at those events.
Damn.
When I was freelancing, and I'm just like, when you look around, you're like, I'm getting paid too little. So at a certain point, she wanted to do. I'm not gonna say the name on the whole thing, but I'll tell you guys after this. She wanted to do like a reality show, because she had a magazine and she had writers, and the writers had very interesting lives, and she wanted to do a reality show. She wanted like a videographer to go around, and basically it was like opportunity to like travel and all that stuff. And when I deeped the magnitude of the work, but then I also remembered how big this magazine is, I was like, brother, pay me.
Love that.
But she didn't pay me and she found someone else.
Okay.
But I was like, all right, cool.
Sure.
I know my worth. I was like, all right, cool. It is what it is. But she just went and swindled someone else. And I was like, couldn't be me. Couldn't be me. I was like, nigga, do you know how much this woman, like, her office is in London,
that
Victoria.
she didn't want to pay you.
Deep it.
Deep it. No, London
Deep
Vic.
London Vic.
She doesn't even need to connect to anything else. She's already in Central,
London Vic. And she don't live there. She don't live in London. She obviously travels. I'm thinking, bruv, when your office is in like Sutton, it's like,
not Sutton.
I get it.
I felt that one.
But London Victoria. I was like,
different.
Pay me.
Different.
Pay me. And she didn't.
I guess that's how she affords her office.
Bro, like one time, like that. Like, fam, one time, because it was one of my freelancer friends that was just like, he gave me the opportunity, so he gave me the link because he couldn't make a shoot, and then she wanted to use me more because I don't know whether she liked me or whatever. Not liked me, but liked me. She liked working with me. One time she wanted to do this edit, and she said, the budget is £50. I was like,
what?
Just give me a Lucas in a high five because you're just mocking it right now. You're actually mocking it.
Wait, you saying a high five?
Because I always got taught to don't bring up money straight away. Just like talk about the project, keep going. Like it's like don't bring up money straight away. So eventually it's just like
no, Phil scratching his head.
Like, these times I was living at home at the time, fair enough, but I also had a car, so I was just like, what? Have you ever been so insulted but you want to laugh because it's like if I laugh I will, if I don't laugh I will like cry or like put my head through a wall. So I was
thin line.
But yeah, that was a one time only. Well, just like, I know how much money you have. Pay
Come on.
me. Do you know what I
Come
mean?
on.
She didn't do it, but I was like, I'm glad. I'm glad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you stood your
Yeah.
ground.
Stood my ground.
We love it. We
Damn.
love it. David,
Yeah.
has there been any experience where you've been like, I don't even want the money for this? Like, but you've done it.
I've done it. I can't. Not the top. Do you know what it is? Like, as a presenter, there have been times where, like, they've said we can only do expenses. In fact, nah, I'm deep in it. Not just as a presenter, as an actor. Like, there have been times where it's been expenses only. I don't claim expenses because I'm like, I've done the work. Like, what, you're gonna pay me £3.49 for my flipping train here? No, it's calm. We're good.
Oh,
We alright.
I actually think I remember you telling a story about, I think you were a sex slave.
Yeah, let's not do this.
Whoa.
That was
Whoa.
a scandal I was waiting to come out when I was on Fallon,
So this
Stacey. This
has
is
been
premature.
make it make sense.
Premature. Premature.
Do
You wanted that to be a
Tune
leak.
in.
You wanted that to be a story.
Yeah, man. I wasn't
You
I
heard
was
about
gonna
that
wait.
Nigga David.
Yeah.
That nigga David was a sex slave.
like the new lead in the Martin
Bondage.
Scorsese film. Had a scandal for doing the gosh dang student film. Basically, it was a student film. Listen,
That's all you need to say. That's all you need to say. If you
Literally,
work in
honestly,
film, just go. It was a student film.
It was a
Fair
student
enough.
film.
Fair enough, bro. Fair enough. That's it.
That was one of the moments where, like, I wish it was one of the rare moments where I was like, I should have spoke up, but I just didn't feel like I could, but I should have.
Ooh, why did you feel like you couldn't?
Because I wanted to be the good guy on set. I didn't want to be in the way. I didn't want to cause stress. Didn't want to slow production down. The students, didn't want to give them more hecticness than life was already giving them. So I was like, let me just swallow this. But then on my journey home, I was like, why did I do that? This is a scandal for when I'm on Fallon. What's going on? And like, it's not too much, but basically I'm a black man with a chain around my naked body connected to a white woman that's holding it. And like, it's supposed to be, to them, it's like this mad, sexy, like, ooh, alluring thing. But to me, I'm a mandingo. I'm a mandingo that's being
Your
showed around,
ancestors.
you know. I had to do push-ups before they started filming. I had to do that for me, but still, my chest. And it's like, it was
I'm
just
so sorry you both have been through these experiences.
like, the thing is, as bad as that one was, it wasn't my worst.
Oh my god.
It wasn't my worst.
Oh my god.
So this was one of the moments where I was like, God, why?
Just God.
God, why? Jesus, why?
forsaken me.
Like, you're real, so why this? But like, so years before this happened, I go to this networking event. It was the worst experience of my life because we got there late and they didn't let us perform. And like, the point of the networking event is get there early enough to perform in front of industry people, right? And we didn't get that because I was late waiting for a friend. I was just, the whole day I was vexed. But at the end of that event, I meet this guy who tells me he's some sort of agent, acting agent. And I'm like, what? So this night wasn't a waste? I have this agent contact. It wasn't for nothing. And nothing comes of that. I'm like, cool. Years pass. And then I get this random, I don't go on Facebook. But I decide to go on Facebook. This is why I'm thinking, maybe the Holy Spirit is leading me here.
No.
Because I randomly go on Facebook out of the blue. And there's this random message from this agent from years ago, like, listen, I'm doing a feature film. You should come. Oh, no, not me. A friend of mine's doing a feature film. We're looking for people to be in it. You should come be in it. And then he sends me a link to the trailer for the feature film. And like, I watch it and I'm like, huh. Well, it's a feature film, so... So, you know, and it's just, you know, randomly been on Facebook and I need work and I'm in this place in my life where nothing's working out. This might be an answer for me. So I go. They say come in a suit because it's a gangster film, so come in a suit. And I get there and like straight away I'm like, it's a bit of a weird place. It's a bit of a strange environment. And then it dawns on me, am I getting paid for this, actually? It's a feature film, I should be. For a feature film, they can't not pay you. That's weird. And then they lead us down to this room where the filming's happening. Basically, it's a friend of theirs who has this access to this space. They own it. And like downstairs is just completely unfurnished. It's just like dust and planks of wood and a table where the scene is gonna happen.
What scene?
What scene indeed? Because we still don't know. I don't even want to get into too much detail, but it also dawned on me, I haven't seen the script.
How is everything just occurring? Like it's just dawning on you as this is happening.
And what's worse? Where's the film crew? Everyone I met so far is an actor, and then there's a
There was no crew.
there was no crew. There was no crew, and so
David, I think you joined a cult.
guys, I don't want to go into too much detail, but basically, I wasn't in the film. I was holding a plank of wood
Oh my gosh.
with a light duct tape to it as they did their scene, which is completely improvised, as the director held what looked like a camcorder with a USB mic connected to it.
Hey, filmmakers, we do what we can, right? All right. In his defense, we were all there at one point.
Guys, this is a feature film.
Have you
Short
ever
film,
heard
I'd
of-
understand.
Have you ever heard of the Blair Witch Project? It could be in that vein. I don't know. This is so bad.
Guys, I said all that to say I went home like just absolutely disgusted with myself. I cried to my brother like, is this it for me? And then he assured me that surely this is what God intended. And we are still waiting for what God intended, but for now we have trauma.
And on that note,
What was the question?
no guys,
Oh
no
my
guys, no
days.
guys.
Oh
I have
my
enjoyed this episode so
I
much.
think I need to cry.
Yeah.
Are these tears? Why did you take me back there? I left that place.
Well
And
done, Stacey.
you just ended the podcast just leaving me there.
Well done, Stacey.
We have to.
Man got you there, just like, all right, yeah, deal with that.
You just have that now, stewing this as we go home to our houses.
Stacey's gonna forget about this on the drive home, and David's gonna be sat there like,
Yo. So
yeah.
you were wrapping up, Stacey.
Yeah, I was wrapping up.
Closing
I was
closing
wrapping
down
up. No.
shop.
Guys,
Oh
thank you
my
so
days.
much for listening. Oh, David, you didn't get to do your thing, your intro.
What
Oh.
intro? Oh, yeah, you guys didn't introduce your names. Anyways, I'm not in the space to do that. So I
Yeah,
guess
it's gone,
next
it's gone.
episode.
gone.
So
Next
now I
episode.
need my teddy
Oh
panda.
my gosh.
The next
To cuddle.
episode. I need
Oh
to know
my
more
days.
details about that because it
Do we
sounds-
need?
No,
does
not
David
here.
need to
Not. Oh,
Okay, cool.
fair enough. If you're not ready to revisit that.
Cut the
fair enough.
cameras, dead ass.
Fair enough. But guys, no, thank you so much for listening. We will be with you when we're with you next. And for now, it's been lovely, and it's been me, Stacey.
Myself, Phil.
David, just yeah. Cheers, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye.